You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
I always wonder what he's going to start the show with. We like to be surprised. I did not have on my radar a little tweet fight between Ian Rapoport and Travis Hunter. Ian is holding firm, by the way, putting his foot down, embracing it, leaning in, coming off, what was it, Monday Night Raw last night? So maybe we got ourselves a social media showdown. Talk a little bit about that. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby on a Tuesday. We've got Shock Your Mock 2026. We got to get to the root of no SpongeBob SquarePants in Hamby's household. And I have to get to this because I'm going to forget if I don't get to this. And I had it on yesterday's radar off the weekend. And it's the old Artemis 2 and the return and the excitement of the astronauts coming back to Earth and that whole thing. Did you watch it, Austen Lane, on Saturday? Were you locked in?
I was not locked in. Nope.
Or was that Friday? Was that Saturday? That was Friday. Friday, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was not locked into it, unfortunately. Like it didn't do anything for me. You know, like I've said it before a little bit. Like if they would have walked on the moon and did some stuff cool, but like and once again, I'm not trying to be a hater here or anything, but like I remember when like Katy Perry and all those celebrities, Gayle King, like circumnavigated like in space and everything, and then people were watching them land. Like I didn't watch that, and I didn't watch the moon thing either. I feel like that was Saturday. I think there was college hockey going on when I was watching that.
I think that's two different things. Old Katy Perry going for a joyride to the moon or space or whatever, and these guys doing
and Gayle King.
What did they accomplish? The people that went to like that circumnavigated the moon. Like what was the mission? I don't even know like what was going on.
This recent one?
Yeah. Like they just wanted to go and
that was the furthest they've been in space in I don't know
50-something years.
Yeah. It's so that it kind of sets them up to go again, and then they're going to try to find lunar ice, which is pretty much just signs of water, and stuff like that.
Okay, my big thing is that why didn't they go on the moon though?
Because they were basically, I read something that was very interesting, and somebody on Twitter said this. So they basically went to the moon to check if it was still there. And essentially, they kind of did.
Huh.
They kind of went to the moon to see if it's exactly where they thought it was. All the testing that they can now take the next step, to Hamby's point, and wanted to see if their, I guess, technology methods, planning, all that stuff, before they actually will walk on the moon and go to that next phase, is the way I understand it. So, but I mean, the amazing part of it, I'm actually so amazed at this. I thought I knew you, and this one, to me, I thought you'd be all over. You live with like a scientist, and you talk about stuff that goes on all over the ocean floor or whatever else.
Hey, I hate to tell you, there's a lot more crazy things happening in the ocean that nobody knows about than what's going on in the. Hey, NASA, you want to pay me $20 million? I can tell you right now, the moon's still there. I saw it last night. So what do you mean to tell me to make sure the moon is still there? Groundbreaking.
I just think I thought you'd be interested in all the to me, it's fascinating just how they got back to Earth, all this other stuff, which was amazing. But I was at a restaurant in the middle of nowhere, Florida, and people clapped when they landed. It was kind of like a thing. Yeah, it's like the flight.
Just as bad as going to the movies and clapping after you're in a movie and
or the airport
when the plane lands.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's worth it, I guess. But I hear you on that. I don't know. I was kind of tied into it. I thought it was very interesting, and I think it's kind of amazing if you really look at it. I mean, basically, they're sitting in that little thing, that pod that's 75 degrees, and about right on the outside of them is 5,000 degrees. They would just disintegrate if they were not protected by all those heat shields. And so I just thought some of the science behind it was fascinating. I can't believe we actually have people that are that smart to figure it out. And I know we have for a long time, but I just thought that part was insane. I'm just a little stunned, Hamby, that Austen isn't more enamored by it. He'll watch Justin Bieber sing off YouTube at Coachella all weekend, but he can't take 5 minutes to watch the astronauts land.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised too. I know most of his stuff is more,
There was college hockey going. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I was watching the Wisconsin Badgers try to do this.
But Austin, your bag's pretty deep. Like you have a lot of interests.
It's
and
the deepest. Yeah.
And you're also always able to find a way, it seems like, to catch everything, even if it's just a little bit.
Very true. Even with that dude that climbed on the side of the building on Netflix, like, yeah, I went out of my way to watch that.
Like, did you watch the WNBA draft last night?
I watched the first 3 picks.
Okay, see, that's exactly what I'm saying. You caught a snippet.
Well, I caught a snippet because it was, and we'll get into it, it was groundbreaking, and I wanted to see what the reaction was going to be because, and nobody seems to be talking about it right now, but there's going to be a power couple that's supposed to, like, resurrect the Dallas Wings, and I'm just really curious, like, a couple in its infancy, how that's going to go. But we can get into that in a second. Like, I'm going to be honest.
What time was the draft?
7:30?
Okay, so you transitioned straight from that to Monday Night Raw?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was GG's for the draft?
GG's?
It was done. Like you.
Yeah. Because I mean, Brewers weren't playing last night, and then the Wings are cooked, so I wasn't watching them either last night.
Brewers lose to 5 straight.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, hey, what do you expect when you lose your 4 best hitters and your second best pitcher?
So it's starting to catch up just a little bit, huh?
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's baseball. It'll be a long season. We'll see when people get healthy.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm going to do about Crochet then.
Holy cow, what a line.
Well, yeah, I mean, can I defend myself real quick with this moon stuff? Because everyone's speaking for me right now. Okay, so the whole reason why I didn't watch the moon, like the astronauts getting back, because I feel like I know what it was. Like, they're going to land in the ocean. There's going to be some, like, crazy, like, whatever, parachute things. And then they're going to come out of the hatch, and they're going to say, oh, they made it. Like, to me, like, that's not, like, groundbreaking television. Like, I don't need to watch somebody land in the ocean and then do that. Just like I don't watch the royal wedding because I've seen plenty of weddings before. I've seen people, like, come back through the atmosphere and land. Like, I remember when that one dude from the Red Bull thing, like, jumped out from outer space and, like, landed. I watched that one. Because he didn't have a space shuttle that was, like, helping him get back in the Earth's atmosphere. It was literally just his body falling at incredible speeds in some kind of super tech spacesuit. So, like, I watched that one. I felt like I didn't really need to watch the people getting back to Earth.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I mean, I kind of get that. I get what you're saying there. I just think.
But also, is the moon landing fake then? Can we have this conversation? Like,
yes.
If it
I love this conversation.
No, seriously. And like, I'm not even a conspiracy guy like that. Like, I feel like we've been to the moon. But if you mean to tell me, like, whatever, 50 or 60 years ago with technology that was far less superior than it is now, and you mean to tell me, like, okay, well, we got to make sure that we can still do everything. We got to make sure the moon's there. We have ChatGPT now. Hamby literally made that Travis Hunter, Ian Rapoport thing in 20 seconds. And you mean to tell me that you had the technology way back in the 50s or 60s, whenever it was, to go to the moon, but now for whatever reason it's like we got to make sure we still have the technology to do it? BS.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I talked about, that's a fair point. I do wonder that, but I read all about that, and that was just more about emphasis on it and dollars on it. And basically people that did that trip 50-something years ago had died and aren't part of it anymore, the space program. So they didn't know exactly how they did it then versus now. So they've got answers. I was actually half expecting that out of the hatch an alien would come, because that would really match up with today's time and day with all the alien talk.
Well, hang on. Isn't Buzz Aldrin still alive, or did he die?
Well, I'm talking about the people behind the scenes that actually make all that work. You know what I mean? Like, that put the plan together, not the actual astronauts.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the scientists and the engineers.
So all the scientists are dead that helped out, like, Buzz and Neil.
Well, they're either dead or like 90 or something. You know, like, okay. They're not involved in the program and haven't been for some 25 or 30 years. You know, because of their age and
Hollywood did a heck of a job back in the 50s and 60s.
Say what, Hammy?
Hollywood did a heck of a job.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you did it back then, you can't just do it now. That's crazy to me. But okay.
Well, here's my one other astronaut question. How much do you think these people get paid?
It's not a lot.
Not enough, huh?
Well, I remember having this conversation, I thought, in like middle school, where we were like, bro, you can get shipped off to space and put your life on the line, and you're going to places that nobody even knows if there's really exist, and you're making that? Like, we've got to make an adjustment here. I thought it was like, I remember it being in like 100 something, between 100 and 200, I believe, at that time. So I'll say around 200 now.
I don't think it's even that high. I think they get paid like normal government like workers, whatever like mid-range that would be at their level. And so, yeah, it's not, I thought it would be way more too to risk your life like this for 10 days and do stuff that like every moment, if it doesn't work, you're dead basically. But yeah, it's really not a lot of money, and it's like a full-time job, I guess, like all year, even if they don't go back for however long. So, yeah, I was fascinated by that. I thought it'd be more, and you don't get like apparently, reportedly, from what I read, you don't get hazard pay, you don't get like bonus money for making the trip to the moon. Like if you're an astronaut that's down here and doing other things, you get paid the same amount apparently as these folks. Yeah, I was stunned by that. I thought you'd get way, and here, don't we always say, like, I mean, rocket science, astronaut, you think if you're that smart to be able to do all this, you're probably getting compensated pretty handsomely, because there's not a lot of people that are that bright to be able to do it. I always equated astronauts to like elite quarterbacks. I think there are very few of them.
Yeah.
So the elite quarterbacks get way more money. Kids grow up to be a quarterback. Don't be an astronaut.
Oh, man, you know me, I want to be an astronaut too. I mean, I'm going to say this much. What they should really do is there should be like a bounty out there where first person to step foot on the moon from, obviously this is like a United States thing, because we're not like, we're trying to make ourselves look good. We're not trying to make the whole world look good. So like the first person to step foot on the moon, do like a 360, like a backflip, like that's like a $100,000 bonus. Like they should have player performance bonuses for astronauts. And I'm going to be honest, and once again, and I see the chats, maybe this was the farthest I've ever gone in space before, and that's awesome. Tip of the cap to you. That's not player performance worthy. All right, like I'm gonna need somebody on the moon doing backflips, not Pete Hegseth on the rocket, Hamby doing riding the rocket like we just see, but I'm gonna need somebody on the moon doing backflips. I don't know, even, and I get it's way past the point of it, like dab on the moon or something, or maybe do like the 6-7 thing or start something new. You do that, you get your player performance bonus. Circumnavigating, it ain't gonna get it done. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying, look, I mean, hey, y'all could put this debate to bed. At least whether it's capable to land on the moon. I mean, maybe the debate on whether you did it the first time in the 50s or whatever it was will never go away. But with our live streaming capabilities nowadays,
dude,
you got to be live streaming on the moon.
What you telling, man?
Like, use your Starlink or whatever.
What you telling, Hamby?
And when you step foot, live stream it, and then, hey, the debate is over.
Hamby, this whole, man. And like I'm the last person to like believe in conspiracy theories that like take away my childhood and my wonderment and my amazement and everything. I'm starting to think that the whole moon landing thing was BS. Like if it took you this long to get back, and why did it take you this long to get back? First of all, like if you did it in the 50s, maybe just keep going back and building upon it. You just stopped. You just stopped and supposedly planted the flag, and that was it. Game over. Nobody else wants to go to the moon anymore. It makes you wonder.
You guys are locked in on the conspiracy theory. I kind of appreciate it. But we have high expectations. We go to the moon, and now we need live stream or it's not official.
Yeah. But, Brent, how can you not be locked in, though? It would be like...
If IShowSpeed can be in an actual match on WrestleMania, then we need to be able to live stream on the moon.
This is like... Whatever. When the first alley-oop happened, which was probably the 50s, 60s, right? Some white dude out of nowhere is like, what was that? Okay. So the first alley-oop happens. You think people are just gonna be like, oh, okay, that was cool, but
never doing it again.
That's way too. That's risky. You can fall. You can break an ankle. The timing, the coordination. Nah, they kept doing alley-oops. Why'd you stop going to the moon?
Because the first alley-oop was Edited.
Hey! Do you know why they stopped going to the moon? Because they wanted to drum up 50 years, or whatever it was, 50 years of interest to be like, hey, you know what? This is going to be such a monumental thing. When we go back 50 or 60 years from now, everyone like Brent Martineau are going to be watching what happens when they land in the ocean and ask for Uncrustables. Sorry, we had college hockey to watch. My bad. Missed it by that much.
When we were watching it we were watching it in the restaurant because they had it on these TVs, but also it was on Twitter. And I saw there were 2.3 million live people on Twitter at the time, 2.3 million. And then there was like another 1.5 million on Facebook Live. I mean, people are watching. I'll tell you that.
iShowSpeed gets 10 million per stream, but that's great. Cool. Awesome. So they're almost to iShowSpeed numbers. I mean, who's spending more resources and government money, Hamby, to go to the moon, not even go to the moon, just circumnavigate the moon, or iShowSpeed sitting in his room talking to LA Knight?
Was it really 10 million?
I'm pretty sure it was pretty crazy numbers. Yeah,
it was insane.
Yeah,
3.3 million old people. YB400 says, "Hey guys, I'm just stunned that you're not interested in this at all."
Yeah. Well, good, Brent. Losing touch with the youngs, man. It's all part of getting old. I get it. You're all good.
Yeah, part of it, I guess. I just I don't know. I've swung and missed on what fascinates you.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Try again tomorrow, Brent.
Yeah, there'll be
try the
something new.
skyscraper guy tomorrow. I'll try to rappel down the Wells Fargo building again.
Well, hey, do you know what fascinates me? The WNBA draft last night.
That too. That's on the list. And so explain to us what happened here.
So I take it nobody in the chat or none of you guys have been following what's been going on with Dallas. So there's been a new CBA agreement with the WNBA, right? And it's been taking a while to agree on it. So it threw free agency all out of whack. Okay, so the thought is that the Dallas Wings needed, I say a big man, but a big woman, and I don't mean like a post presence. Okay. That's what I mean by it. Like that they need a center / power forward. Well, hey man, it's 2026, Hamby. Trying not to get canceled. So, I mean, come on.
Can't be a double standard here.
No, for sure. So, like the thoughts is that there was the girl from UCLA. They were probably going to draft her, and this was probably like a week ago. Well, then they get the CBA, everything done, and they started signing free agents, and they actually got like 2 or 3 pretty highly touted post players in free agency. So now they didn't need a big anymore. They could kind of take the best available. Some thought that it was still going to be the 6'7" girl from UCLA, but it ended up being Azzi Fudd. She is the guard from UConn. One of the best players, obviously, in this draft. Not maybe the best, but one of the best. There's also a girl from TCU that there was rumors if they're going to take a guard, they would took her. Well, they take Azzi Fudd. Now, the interesting thing about that is that last year there was an announcement that Paige Beckers, is gay, which is, hey, more power to you, but is also dating Azzi Fudd. Azzi Fudd and Paige Beckers, who won Rookie of the Year last year, are now going to be teammates on the Dallas Wings. Which led me, and once again, the reaction was great. This is a great thing for women's basketball, and it's great and everything. And it's not the first time that a couple has been on a WNBA team. Trust me, I did the research and I looked. But this is the first time where one of the biggest stars in Paige Beckers, and now one of hopefully soon to be the biggest stars in Azzi Fudd, are going to be teammates sharing a locker room, trying to will a team to, stardom, essentially. And it made me a little nervous thinking, I wonder how that's going to be with your significant other and your 2 polarizing stars and you're on the same team.
Yeah, so they are still dating, or are they married, or?
They're like in a fresh relationship, so been dating for a year or so. Well, okay. Officially.
Yeah, that's kind of a fascinating one. And you said it's happened before, but it doesn't feel like it would be as publicized as this one, of course, with 2 real stars.
Yes,
you're right. That's an interesting dynamic. Yeah, I don't know how that happens. I don't know the end result if it it's like wedding bliss and going to work every day, like is one side of that, right? Like you spending every moment of the day with your spouse.
Yeah.
Like that could be something. And then, which people do, by the way, in workplaces. I mean, family-owned businesses do other things. Like that's not uncommon. But the flip side of it, which is probably the more dramatic and soap opera-esque kind of side of it, is what if it doesn't go well?
Well,
and
of course.
when does that happen? During the season, outside of the season, in the middle of like a playoff run, like anything else? So,
well, and here's two questions. If you're the Dallas Wings management and you're in charge, Hamby, Brent, questions for you. Two questions. Would you do this? And second question is could you theoretically, and I get like it's hard to fathom, but like could you help run a company with your significant other? Like if you guys were put in position to try to save a company with your significant other, could you do it?
Well, Hamby's going to say absolutely. He's been married less than a year.
Yeah. Harry Potter breakout movie nights, Hamby.
No, I don't know. I think I want that separate.
Dude, that's what I'm...
I think I could. Like, honestly, I think I could. I think I don't think that would be an issue for me.
Okay.
But like I said, you don't know it until you're in it, right? Like the stresses of that, the who's doing what part of that. Like there's a lot that goes into that, especially like there's probably a lot of assumed things that don't get discussed in something like that. Now, the one thing about these two is that like you're trying to do your own thing, right? Be your own player and do well. Like you don't necessarily need that other person to make sure the door's open tomorrow at the store. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the same team.
Yeah.
But I think that part I think it would be tricky. I just do think a lot of people do it, and so I got to believe that I'd be able to do that.
Hamby.
Steph, I don't know if she'd be able to do it with me.
And Brent, okay, real quick, the second question will let Hamby answer. If you were the Dallas Wings GM, would you risk? Because, and once again, like I say risk, but like, let's be honest, like if something goes south, relationships, go south sometimes. Yeah. If something goes south, then what is that locker room going to be like? It's not like they're married or anything. So like if you're the Dallas Wings general manager, and I'm sure Paige Becker's had some influence here too. She's the star player, right? So maybe she requested this. Would you draft a significant other on the same team?
I would try to stay away from it if I'm being honest. Like I don't think I like it. I mean, first of all, the divorce rate says enough that this thing probably isn't going to work out.
Who are you telling, Brent? Who are you telling, man?
Yeah, that's before they even get married, right? So, I mean, you got to get there even to do that. So I would say the percentages are pretty high that this isn't going to work out. And you vetted that to some degree. But I mean, I guess, Austen, that is a part of the probably WNBA, maybe a little bit of some of the pro soccer teams, some of the that is probably more prevalent than maybe we even know because we don't pay attention every day to that.
Yeah. And
it happens, by the way, in collegiate sports and everything else too. So now I feel like we see this more on the women's side of sports than at least publicly on the men's side of sports, right? So I do think it's a tricky balance. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's pretty hard to balance, and I think it would be a red flag of sorts, or at least something that you'd extra vet with both players going into the draft. But as for the company side, I do think a lot of people do that, and I think this is different than that, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay. Hamby, both questions. Could you run a business? I mean, really, and I say save a business. Like, I mean, they've been picking first for a reason, right? Like Paige Beckers was drafted first, and then now Azzy's been drafted first as well. Like, could you work with your significant other in that capacity? And if you're the Dallas Wings GM, would you make that decision as the number one pick?
Yeah, I think I could, but I wouldn't want to. I mean, they're like I don't.
I could, but I wouldn't want to.
No, like I don't want to treat her like a teammate. Like, bro, like, you know, if she's having a horse crap game, and I don't want to be the one to have to let her know about that. Like any other teammate, that like there's a way that you kind of gotta, give them a kick in the pants, right? And verbally to like, hey, let's go. Or, hey, if the coach is giving her an earful, then what am I supposed to do? just let coach give her an absolute earful. Like I mean, I'm gonna want to step in or whatever, and I'm just like, no, dude, like that doesn't sound like anything I want to be a part of. Like we don't even really, I mean, we don't really even play cornhole together or anything like that. Like, get your own teammate, I get mine, let's go. That's kind of the way we operate. Other than that, I think it's a good move though for Dallas. I get that it might lead to some interesting things in the locker room, but
Sports entertainment, Hamby.
it's sports entertainment.
I'll tune in.
I think more people will either tune in or go to a game to see that, whether it's good or bad, as long as it's not in between. The only thing that the Dallas doesn't want here, well, the only non-sports good thing for sports entertainment would be if they break up, but on good terms. They either need to go all the way, or it needs to be an absolute mess. And we're on the lookout for bad passes intentionally, verbal jabs after missing free throws, hogging the basketball. All those kinds of awesome things.
See, because this is the wild thing. It's one thing if there's like one role player and one like really like great, all-star. These are two like alphas. Like these are two like legit stars in the making. And yeah, it's man. Yeah, Hamby, like you said, I'm gonna tune in. Like I'm at least catch a game, man. Like I gotta see it for myself. And if you're the Dallas Wings, like you gotta make the merchandise. Right, like you got to do like a half in it because it happens too that they just come from like probably the biggest women's college basketball university of all time, right? Like they both went to UConn, so like you almost got to do something with like a half jersey of Paige Beckers and a half jersey of like Ezzy Fudd or something.
Yeah, I think you just said something that really is key here. I don't know when you're owning a restaurant, to Delphonic's point or something like that. You got, first of all, there's not a competition involved. So you're not leaning on those emotions, and there's not like two. I mean, maybe there are right, two type A people in the same. Like that could be the case in a business like that. But these are like alphas, to your point, Austin. Super competitive, which brings out emotion. And I mean, both probably are going to be, but want to be, whatever, be the face of the franchise. What happens if like someone's scoring 20 points, someone's scoring 15, and then the endorsements come in and it goes to Beckers instead. And it's like, oh, what do you mean? Like you get $1 million for an endorsement and I didn't? Like, I mean, I don't know how that stuff goes. I mean, they're competitive about everything to get to this level.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we understand that part of it either, just how competitive they are. So pretty fascinating part of it. And I think you're right. I don't think this story really hasn't hit the mainstream yet. It will.
Nope.
And when it does, it'll probably be, a lot of conversation about it. I think the bigger question is like, will we get this on the men's side at some point in like our lifetime?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's we still have to like. There's a lot of I think barriers that we have to cross before that happens. But also like the perfect alignment of back-to-back years first overall picks to the same team. Yeah. And there are a couple like, man, I don't know what the odds are, but I probably wouldn't bank on it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be this exact situation. I mean, it
no,
might
for sure.
Be
yeah,
two shortstops in baseball, or two receivers in football, or whatever it might be. But
Brent, see, that's why it's so crazy. Like, and no one's talking about it, which is baffling to me because, like, we will probably never see this again. Like two back-to-back number one overall picks from the same university, very highly touted and everything, very talented, and like, marketing machines just so happen to be a couple. Like that's wild to me. Eat your heart out, Space Landing. Like this is what we should be talking about. Just saying.
Well, I think we'd be talking about a little bit more maybe if they were married. Like if they were actually married, I think that might.
But that's boring, Brent, because like it's probably going to work. Like this may not work.
Well, I mean,
I hear you.
That's there too.
Yeah.
But it'll be what a wild story to see. I want to see the games after the big breakup, following your own teammate or blocking her shot.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like if
I might watch.
Dude, wait, Hamby, do we have like the first Action Sports Jack 24/7 watch party for the first Dallas win? It can even be a preseason game.
Just forget a Jags watch party.
Dude,
We're just going to go straight to the WNBA.
Can you imagine the first time that like Paige is wide open? Because I mean, and I'm not familiar with the Azzies game a lot, but I've watched Paige Beckers, and the girl is a firecracker. With all due respect. So like, can you imagine like the first time that like she's open and like doesn't get the ball and like Azzie like bricks it? Like,
just
give me that reaction. I'm gonna need it. Watch party. Here it is, Hamby. Yep, we're doing it.
There we go. The sports topic they are not talking about on the other station in town today.
You know what the beauty of it is? We can do a watch party, use all the videos we want, and the WNBA is going to be like, well, they're growing the brand, so we'll take it. But meanwhile, the NHL, we play one NHL video, and it's like, we'll shut you guys down ASAP.
Which we might do that again today,
well, we might have to play something.
Jock your mocks on the horizon. Stay a break. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network here on a Tuesday. And don't forget, we're down to the final one. Best of the Jags finale, Trevor Slip 6 or AFC South champs. Which is it going to be? The vote is live right now on Twitter. I believe it's still live on Instagram. I don't know how long that one stays up. Noah does that for us. But it's definitely live on Twitter throughout the day. So go vote. Trevor Slip 6, AFC South champs. Which one was the best of 2025? We've made it down to the finale here on Action Sports Jax. Nimnicht is synonymous with Jacksonville, and now in 2026, Nimnicht is celebrating 85 years of partnerships with you. Longevity equals trust, and you want a car dealership you can trust. Thousands of vehicles sold, generations of families, all part of the Nimnicht family of dealerships. My family has been part of the Nimnicht family for almost 20 of those 85 years, and I've told you about all the different vehicles that we've purchased. But it's not about the cars and the trucks. It's about the service and also the Nimnicht relationships that expand all around the community.
Congratulations to Jordan Matthews, our committed to the uncommitted player of the year.
Nobody but Nimnicht. They are there for you and your causes, your car buying experience, and they are there for you 24 hours a day at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. Experience professional grade with big inventory and even bigger savings. And Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. Nobody but Nimnicht for 85 years. This milestone belongs to you, Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Hey guys, we got a new player today. I hear he's pretty good.
Heard this guy played in the NFL.
I think he's an MMA fighter. I've actually been on his show, the Brent and Austin show.
Football and fighting, that's the easy part. Let's see if I still have it on the ice. What the heck, man? Who is this guy? He's saving everything.
Leave the hockey to the pros, man. It's hockey season. Come on out and see the Icemen play. Get your tickets at JacksonvilleIcemen.com.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
That's it. Back to her left side, takes a shot. And into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass. Say he doesn't make a tackle. You still feel like his presence is felt in every single play.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
It's content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjacks.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I don't know what this was either. What happened? I saw this floating around.
This is a real picture. 0 AI, 0 editing. This is legit.
All right. Can we guess what happened here? And then you can tell us what happened?
Be my guest. Austin?
What happened here?
I'm assuming he was coming out for a mound visit, and the pitcher never looked toward home plate. And then he was like, oh, crap, I better catch the ball and go back. That's the only thing I can figure.
I think that's the only option, really, yeah. Kimbrel's on the mound. Ohtani's in the box. Alvarez quickly calls time, and it's one of those that the catchers do where they don't really have to wait for the umpire to acknowledge it because they're the ones initiating the action, and the pitcher 100 times out of 100 sees that and then steps off. Well, except for if you're Craig Kimbrel, then your catcher calls time, runs out to meet you, and you're not looking and then getting to your kick. And then Alvarez is like, well, shoot, yeah, at some point I got to get ready to catch this 100-mile-an-hour heater. The ball didn't end up being thrown. Ohtani about how to
throw it?
No, he did not. Ohtani about crapped himself in the box. He is so animated. It's insane. It's fun kind of to see. So, yeah, the Mets are going to Met. I think they've lost 5 straight. Thank you.
Yeah, that's 6 now, I think. Because they lost last night. By the way, that's not coming in on 100 anymore. Now that you're up to about 54 feet away, that's coming in at 110.
A little quicker, yeah, for sure.
Unbelievable.
So, that is a dangerous play right there, though. Wow, I've never seen anything like that. You guys play video games a lot. To me, that looks like a video game that malfunctioned. Sometimes something will happen, and so all of a sudden now the catcher moved up in the scene.
Like when Donald Driver went 65 yards with a broken leg. Y'all remember that video?
Oh, yeah, man. Well, that was Greg Jennings. Yeah, Greg Jennings. But yes, I do remember this. Yes.
2010 Packers.
Put the team on your back, man. Yep.
That's what it looked like. Hey, a little baseball talk, actually. Hamby's the only one smiling around here. Austin, the Brewers are struggling. Crochet, who I don't know what happened to him. You guys mentioned that his velo was down in the opener.
Nice outing, bud.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Gives up 11 runs, 10 earned. You know what's crazy? After 9 hits, Hamby, they kept him in. Why is he throwing that much?
I don't know.
If he was getting obliterated like
this. Get him
off
the hook, I know.
And usually, by the way, a guy that usually is going to win or has a chance to win a Cy Young is in those kind of conversations. You don't hang a guy out like this to dry for that long and just ruin the season from an ERA standpoint either. So I couldn't believe he stayed in the game that long. I was watching it early on, or they were bouncing around on MLB Network, and he saw he gave up a couple of hits, and then all of a sudden, Ty's like, "Hey, he gave up 10 runs on 8 hits." And I'm like, "What do you mean, for the season?" He said, "No, in this game."
Yeah.
Bro, he notched a negative 33 burger in fantasy baseball.
Wow.
Negative 33.
I don't know what that exactly means, but I can assume what that means.
I've
I don't know how you get to negative 30.
I've never seen somebody in the 30s. Never. So it's weird, man. Yeah, him and Skeens, their Cy Young hopes are legitimately like they're against the odds, and we're 3 weeks in.
Skeens has bounced back, though. I looked that up today.
I know, but still, he's still not.
But he's bounced back.
He's still not going to get to his, like we talked about at the time. He's not probably going to get to sub 2. He might not need sub 2 to win the Cy Young, but at the time, his hopes definitely odds wise just went down the drain.
I equate pitchers, guys like this. This is not stunning to me that Crochet goes and delivers. What do you say? He's had like 3 or 4 really good years in a row. The last 2 years, like super elite, and then it fades because one, to stay at the top of this sport at like the unbelievable level is ridiculously hard. Also, your age factors in and everything else, but I always equate it to like golfers because like Scotty Scheffler can go on a 2-year run. It's really hard to go on a 5-year run. Jordan Spieth did it for 1.5 years, or Justin Thomas will do it for 1.5 years, but it's really hard to go 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what makes Tiger Woods so amazing. Like that's what makes Roger Clemens and guys like that so amazing, that they were able to do it for as long as they did it at an elite level, one of the best in the game. And that's what separates these guys. But you can do it for 2 or 3 years where it's unbelievable. You stay healthy. You've got like supreme stuff. The league doesn't figure you out. And I don't know what it is with Crochet right now. I don't pay enough attention to just like all the reports coming out of there. But you guys said velo might be down a little bit. Maybe it's something with the sweeper slider, whatever it is, that people have now figured out how to hit it. Maybe it's tipping pitches. It could be a variety of things. But it just shows you that it's really, really hard. Now, the difference is you get a guy like Skeens who has a bad outing. You kind of feel like he's coming back. I mean, he's a young guy still in his career. This is kind of his window to be great. And he actually might be a guy that could be great for 8 to 10 to 12 seasons. Like he might be one of those rare guys. But it's just so hard to stay. I think we take for granted the guys that can stay at the top of the game for as long as they do in all sports. But I think we see runs like this a lot in baseball. Where who was the guy who used to live down here? Shoot, did he pitch for the Guardians, Hamby Indians at the time? Maybe
Shane Bieber.
Was it? I don't think Bieber's the one that lived in St. John's Golf and Country Club, but had a couple like really good years. It's like wow, like Cy Young years. And I'll go back and find out.
You're not talking about Bauer.
Nah,
Corey Kluber.
Kluber. That's who it was.
Yeah.
And so what did he have? He had like a couple of Cy Young years.
Yeah, between
like a 3
there
or 4
and
year window.
Texas Rangers.
Yeah, and then I don't know how good he actually. If you look up his career numbers, they're probably not bad. But he was like elite for like 2 out of 3, 4 years. Like, where'd this dude come from? But maintaining it, say to the point like a Justin Verlander has for as long as he's done in his career.
He called the Sunday night baseball game 2 nights ago.
Who did? Oh, Kluber did?
Kluber with Andrew Jones and Jason Benetti. They're giving them different color guys every single Sunday night. So it's Benetti every time on play-by-play. He was joined by Kluber, Andrew Jones, who I love, but it's still kind of hard to understand. And CC Sabathia was like the inside the pitch guy for more down from like the dugout area. It was kind of cool.
It was kind of cool. It was kind of sleepy. I was listening to it. Like, I think it's a good bid. I don't know if it's going to work. Like, you're mixing. You don't get anybody used to do it. I think it's a tough spot for Benetti to be in, actually, because he's got to, like, bring all these guys along, maybe a different guy each week. What's wrong with the Brew Crew, Austin? I mean, you going to be all right?
Yeah, man, I told you. It's baseball. Like, injuries happen. They're 3 best. Well, I'm going to put Bryce Strang in there, too, but they're down 3 of their best hitters, and their second best pitchers hurt. So, yeah, it happens, man. Yelich is out for a month. Vaughn's still going to be out. Churio's out a couple more weeks. So, I'm not too worried about it yet.
Hamby, what did you say? 9 guys hit 2 home runs last night?
Yeah, the scoring was off the charts last night. It was insane. I mean,
Which is about
13,
time
14,
because
15 runs.
the league's hitting like 205. So it's really hard. How much do you guys think all the batting averages is just the way of the times because now people have been trained for home runs and strikeouts don't matter and whatever to holy cow, did you see Paul Skeens pitch move 20 inches? The pitching is just so much more dynamic. Is it 50-50 weight there? Or is it more, the hitters just don't care about hitting 300 anymore? Or just the pitching's so damn good and tricky with the sweepers and sliders and splitters.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think it's obviously a combination of both. And when you take in, like, baseball's never been more about analytics. Like, even the Brewers, who you feel like are a blue-collar team, like, they live and die by analytics. So, like, I feel like small ball is kind of forgotten about, and it is all about the power now and righty versus lefty and all this stuff. But then when you combine that with pitchers now showcasing different types of pitches and having more control than ever, I just think it's a combination of where, the pitcher is going to win out because no one's concerned about laying down a couple bunts or getting some singles. Everybody's trying to get that long ball.
Yeah, I do think it's 80-20 pitcher's repertoire and skill,
really?
And also specialization of bullpens. Never seeing a guy really 3 times. Righties always facing righties in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Lefties always facing lefties. And they know every pitcher knows exactly what he wants to get you out with and where before the AB. It's just a matter of whether he can execute it and get you into that count. So, yeah, I do think that, all these hitters have kind of the same swing in one aspect or another. Obviously, there's some variance there, but I think this is way more about and it still pisses me off that hitters don't put the ball in play. Don't get me wrong. Like, guy on third base, like, you're a professional hitter, let's do a job. But also, pitching's never been better.
That's interesting. You think it's that much, but I have a hard time disagreeing with you that I think it's the pitching is so insane. And I think you bring up a great point about not going through and seeing a guy for a third and even fourth time. That has really changed. But with the hitters as good as we know they are, those guys are really good hitters. They always have been to be able to hit at that level. There's so much data that I guess because you sit and guess a little bit because of that data and the trends, that you will swing and miss more because you're guessing. But you would think that you also would be able to hit because of that trend and analytics and all the information at your disposal. So, it's just a hat tip to the pitching. If you watch the slow-mo stuff, like we do this all the time around here. Like, we'll take maybe it is Skeens, right? Or Ohtani or something. And they do the overlays of like a slider versus a fastball. And you're like, okay, how the hell does anybody ever hit? Like, no wonder why hitting's the hardest thing to do in sports. Like, how do you know? How do you see that? How would you even do it other than close your eyes and guess? I don't know. So, I think it is a hat tip to the pitching. All right, to the big story of the day we got to get to left over from yesterday. SpongeBob SquarePants denied in the Hamby household. Austen, I'm sure you have questions.
Yeah, Hamby. I understand your upbringing was maybe a little more on like the conservative approach, but I'm for it, man. I come from a very old school household myself. We talked about SpongeBob SquarePants yesterday. I forgot what the phrase even was, but it was something from SpongeBob SquarePants. I look to you to confirm because when I'm doing Shock Your Mock, sometimes I feel like I'm on an island and nobody gets my references at all. Ramstein was a classic example yesterday, and I figured a guy who's so into memes like you are into and pop culture, I feel like I could just throw you a layup and you would give me the SpongeBob nod of approval, and then you shocked everyone's literally minds and blew our minds when you said that you weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob SquarePants. So let's go ahead and, as a therapist would say, let's dive into that and let's start unpacking some things here. What's up with that?
Yeah, I think it's 2 simple reasons. One is that, when I have an older brother, as y'all know, and, we were kind of going at each other's throats around that time. I think I was probably 7 and he was like 10. And, my apparently, I mean, I didn't know one way or the other, but my mom said that SpongeBob and Patrick or whatever, were always calling each other dumb, stupid, and idiots, and she didn't want us calling each other that all the time. So she was like, you better find something else to watch. Number 2 was just that she thought it was annoying, like all the voices, and she never wanted to hear it. So just for those 2 reasons, it was not allowed. And then by the time, like, dumb and stupid were not words that she wanted me to say as a 7-year-old. As a 12-year-old, it's different. You got to get away with some stuff. Some of the rules get lax. But by that time, I was into other stuff. And 5 years in, I felt like it was too late to get on the bandwagon. So I've legitimately never watched it. Like, I've probably seen, I know Doodle Bob. I've seen a clip of that.
There we go.
That's literally it. I've never sat down and watched a full episode of SpongeBob in my life.
That makes 2 of us. It came out. I was just looking up. It came out in 1999.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm in.
So, how old were you?
Into the
how old
world.
were you would have been, Brent, when in 99?
In 99, I would have been 22.
And your kids never got into it?
No,
kids were born in 2005. By the way, 21st birthday tomorrow.
Nice.
So I don't know. But no, like, I mean, what age group watches that? Like, say, like Hamby's saying, do you watch it at age 7 or 8 or?
I mean,
10?
my son will still turn it on. He's 11.
It's still on TV.
When did he start watching?
Oh, yeah. Probably like around 8.
I think the glory years, Austin, correct me if I'm wrong, were like 04 to 2010.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, dude, they're still making a movie like last year with SpongeBob. Like, it's still a big thing.
So we missed the window, is my point. If Hamby's right, kids would have been not 8 until like 2013.
Yeah.
So we kind of missed the hot spot, I think, where everybody was SpongeBob and SquarePants.
Oh, I was SpongeBob and SquarePants. Come on now.
Well, no, I'm saying
how old though?
Old.
Oh,
how old were you in 2000, Austin?
That would have been.
Subtract 26.
Well, no, I mean, I'm trying to think what grade I was. I don't go by age. I'm trying to think like where I was with the grades. So I would have been, I think, in 8th grade in 2000.
So you were probably the oldest group to get in.
Oh, dude, I was watching in high school still. We're cracking.
No, what I'm saying, like,
okay.
But once you're in, you're in.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not blaming you for watching high school. I'm saying there probably wasn't a lot of 10th and 11th graders who started when it first came out.
Sure.
Like, you were at the very top of 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I was at the bottom.
But I got you.
And everything in between was the prime, and then everything after me was too young.
This goes to show you, like, culturally, like, how much the dynamic shifted, though. Because, like, while your mom was worried about SpongeBob SquarePants, my mom was worried about, like, South Park and things like that.
Oh, yeah, that was never an option.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, Beavis and Butthead and stuff. Like, that's what I grew up with.
Well, yeah.
Right? So, like,
mine was Beavis and Butthead, probably,
Ren and Stimpy.
too. Like,
Yeah.
Which
was so much more worse than SpongeBob was. Like, come on.
What is today, Austin? Like, what would today's thing, like, you were like, hey, I mean, it's maybe Ronan or whatever.
Some sort of stream that I have no idea what it is, probably.
Yeah, that's probably the thing, right? We probably don't even know about it.
Yeah. In terms of TV shows, and once again, like, my son, like, he's in a big City Greens is really big, but, like, I don't think that's even, like, there's some things that, like, it pushes the limits a little bit, but it's nothing like I grew up with. Like, Beavis and Butthead and South Park were on a completely different level.
Did you like Beavis and Butthead?
Loved Beavis and Butthead.
Really?
Couldn't get enough of Beavis and Butthead.
See,
literally,
that's the thing. Like, I would
literally watched Beavis and Butthead like a couple weeks ago.
I would have gotten more references from that than I would SpongeBob.
Here's the funny thing: I showed my son Beavis and Butthead, and like
he wasn't into it,
dude. And he's trying to like appease me and like be like, yeah, he didn't understand it, and I get it. Like, it's, if you don't know, you don't know. Like, I don't know.
What didn't he get? What do you mean? Was it too mellow for him? Was it too?
He doesn't understand why guys are just sitting on their couch watching music videos, just going like that's all it. Yeah, like
I was Ronan. I didn't either when it came out. Like, it just didn't do anything for me. But I know I have a different level of humor and interest in a lot of people.
Way more mature than
YB400 just said Rick and Morty, and my son isn't really into that, but that's kind of the new. Well, it used to be, like, it's kind of changed now, but Rick and Morty was kind of the new school one.
Yeah, that was like when I was in high school.
Yeah. And then there's also one called Smiling Friends that I've shown my son a couple times, which is pretty wild as well.
You watch a lot of anime. Does anime push limits like that the way those kind of animated cartoony things did or do?
Anime will push the limits of violence and things.
Okay.
And me and my son, like we watch a bunch of them, the big ones. But no, like what you see like on Adult Swim, which is basically Cartoon Network after 9 or 10 o'clock, that's where like you can get in some like, questionable things, like in terms of language and stuff like that. It's all animated. Yeah.
All right, yeah, interesting. I can see it though, like from the one other thing about me, like we didn't have cable, man. So like I didn't even know what the hell people were watching, or like I heard the Beavis and Butthead stuff, but what was that on? Do you remember what Beavis and Butthead was on? Was that MTV?
MTV.
It was MTV? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like that whole growing up, I didn't have it. We didn't have, I had 3 freaking channels.
Oh yeah, I mean we didn't have satellite till I got to middle school, but like friends had MTV, so yeah. Yep.
That's where you go watch it. Hey, Shock Your Mock coming up here on a Tuesday. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Take a look at all the different picks that the Jacksonville Jaguars have, and we will break those picks down here on a Tuesday. Which ones will land where? Do we have some trades? Do we have some new names at the top with our contestants today? Shock Your Mock, week 2 next.
Nimnicht is synonymous with Jacksonville, and now in 2026, Nimnicht is celebrating 85 years of partnerships with you. Longevity equals trust, and you want a car dealership you can trust. Thousands of vehicles sold, generations of families, all part of the Nimnicht family of dealerships. My family has been part of the Nimnicht family for almost 20 of those 85 years, and I've told you about all the different vehicles that we've purchased. But it's not about the cars and the trucks. It's about the service and also the Nimnicht relationships that expand all around the community.
Congratulations to Jordan Matthews, our committed to the uncommitted player of the year.
Nobody but Nimnicht. They are there for you and your causes, your car buying experience, and they are there for you 24 hours a day at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. Experience professional grade with big inventory and even bigger savings. And Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. Nobody but Nimnicht for 85 years. This milestone belongs to you, Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Hey guys, we got a new player today. I hear he's pretty good.
Heard this guy played in the NFL.
I think he's an MMA fighter.
I've actually been on his show, the Brent and Austen Show.
Football and fighting, that's the easy part. Let's see if I still have it on the ice. What the heck, man? Who is this guy? He's saving everything.
Leave the hockey to the pros, man. It's hockey season. Come on out and see the Icemen play. Get your tickets at JacksonvilleIcemen.com.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
That's it. Back to her left side, takes a shot. And into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass. Say he doesn't make a tackle. You still feel like his presence is felt in every single play.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
It's content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjacks.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Oh, Trayvon Walker conversation over the weekend as we got the chance to catch up with Trevor Lawrence and Josh Hines-Allen, Roy Robertson Harris as well. I think we'll hear from those guys in just a moment before we begin Shock Your Mock. Also probably take you out to the ball game. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are playing. Olivia's out there, so we might peek into that game. They play a morning game for the kids to begin a homestand. Shrimp coming off a pretty good road trip and playing good baseball right now. There's some fun stuff happening. So if you want to go out to the ball yard, you can certainly do that this week. 7 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, 6:30 Saturday, and I think a 3 o'clocker on Sunday. So good time to go check out some ball here in the middle of April. Meanwhile, the University of North Florida Ospreys home today against FAMU at 4 o'clock, and they've got both baseball and softball are home this weekend. So plenty of things to do here in Jacksonville as get ready for a draft that's been a little bit quiet for the Jacksonville Jaguars leading up to it. Shock Your Mock 2026 is about to happen. Hamby, before we do that, do you want to hear from some of the guys on Trayvon Walker and what they had to say about the new contract extension?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was interesting to hear not only from Trevor Lawrence, but also, Roy Robertson Harris, not even a current teammate, but still a guy that there was a relationship with. So yeah, here's that from over the weekend.
I'm super excited for Trayvon. I mean, anyone that knows him, I don't think there's anybody that deserves it more. He comes to work every day, has the right attitude. He is one of the hardest workers I've been around. Just low maintenance, doesn't, he's not a guy that wants a lot of attention, just really is a hard worker, plays hard, he's tough, and he's a great player. I mean, I think you look at what he's been able to do in his first 4 years, he's been awesome, and I'm just glad that we kept him because I think he's a special player, and it's cool to see our staff and our front office not let guys like that out of the building because I do think he's a really special player and type of person.
I mean, he's well deserving of it. Super excited for him. I've been with him ever since he got here, obviously, and just to see the growth that he's taking every single year, the man that he's becoming, the player that he's becoming, I think the sky's the limit. He's still young, and he's still progressing every single way possible. So, I'm excited to get back, for another year with him. I can't say he always pays for stuff because I can't say he's going to pay for stuff because every time we go out, he's always picking up the check. So, he's always been that type of guy. So now it's like, I don't know what to ask him. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm super excited for Trey. I'm happy for him, man. Happy for him and his family and, ready to get back into the season again.
Well-deserved. I've seen Trey work his tail off from the time he stepped in the building when I was here in Jacksonville with him as a rookie. He's He's done his thing as far as coming in, not saying a word, and just grinding his tail off. So it's well-deserved for Trey. He's got another one after this. I'm super excited to see what he continues to do in this league.
Yeah, those guys certainly, I think, saying about everything we feel like we know about Trayvon Walker. Like, you never really know everybody or whatever, but I think we all have a feel in Austin. Like, we got a good feel for Trayvon Walker, right? Like, who he is, what he's all about. It's kind of right there in front of you. And I think everything we say, or Gladstone, Cohen, Baselli, those guys say, or what these players say, kind of echoes the same sentiment that great dude. Really good player, probably even better than the numbers have showcased early on in his career, and one of the pillars that's going to be around here for a bit.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. I mean, I think his teammates obviously have kind of said what we all think, and obviously getting compared to Aiden Hutchinson, where you turn on the TV and there's obviously an Aiden Hutchinson's commercial, whether he's insurance or whether it's like with the Army. There's an Army commercial with Aiden Hutchinson. Like, I feel like Hutchinson's everywhere, and I feel like Trayvon Walker not so much. And maybe that's personality. Maybe that's just because, okay, I get it, Hutchinson's had a couple more sacks than Trayvon Walker, but it works out here because he does exactly what he's asked to do. And given when he's healthy and 100%, he is a game changer and he is a difference maker. And I think it's a great thing that they got him locked up now for a couple more years, man, because I think he's going to be a big part of this franchise going forward. And when we talk about, years ago when we're asking questions of where does this team turn it around, what do they need to do, we always talked about the pillars. Well, Trayvon Walker is obviously one of those pillars, and they're going to have to rely on him going forward to have a lot of success as a franchise.
What's always amazes me about the NFL, I think, I guess this doesn't amaze me. I just think it's different than real world. We know what Trayvon Walker's making versus what Josh Hines-Allen's making versus what whoever else is making. And these guys feel like genuinely happy when other people make money. And did you feel that way? Like when you were in the league, in the locker room,
man.
like there was this that. I don't think that's the case. Like if Hamby all of a sudden, if I knew he was making, X amount of dollars more than me, I'm not sure I'd be that happy about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like there's a difference between obviously working like in a news studio and like putting your health on the line in terms of a football field. And that's where I think it comes from. It's it's a brotherhood. You almost feel like you're in it together. So when one of your quote unquote brothers makes a lot of money for the hard effort and work that he's put into it, you celebrate. I mean, I've told the story many times on this show before. When Josh Scobie got paid, we were celebrating, man. And it's not like necessarily like, he was putting the most work in. Like we were in training camp, it didn't matter. Like that at the time was one of the pillars. That was a great guy, a great teammate, and we were generally happy for him. Like I still get giddy when guys who I feel like have earned their money get new contracts. I think it's awesome. It changes their lives. It takes care of their families, and it rewards hard work and dedication. And I think anytime that happens, that should be celebrated.
Yeah, it's cool. Mudita, look it up. Like that word. That's a good way to go about it. It is kind of amazing that Trayvon Walker was still buying dinner and stuff with Josh Hines-Allen even after Josh got paid the $28 million a year. Now, listen, it's not like Trayvon wasn't making any money. He was the number one overall pick. I think his first deal was for $37.5 million.
Yeah.
We're not talking about somebody making the minimum. Different kind of money when it comes to all that stuff. Hey, taking a live look at the VyStar Ballpark. I think that's what it's called now. So it's called now, VyStar Ballpark.
Yes.
It's been so many names. I still like to call it Bragan Field. The baseball grounds, I think they would like us to call it VyStar Ballpark. So we'll try to oblige. And 11 o'clock, 11:05, first pitch. So we're underway already. And I think the kids are out today for a little field trip. Not a bad place to go to watch a ball game. Lives over there. And we get a live look in at the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. And you can watch a little bit of this while we listen to Shock Your Mock 2026 song. It's time to get after it.
It's a smaller market, but you see a real good team.
You hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
He's a rare player, but he's also a reminder that the boundaries of the game of football.
Is he though?
We're built to be challenged.
You know, a small market team like us can come into a place like Mile High and get it done.
See, I was just trying to play hard, and he came up to me, said he was going to kill me. Me said he was going to kill me.
You hold your head, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
A really advanced signal stealing type system.
We're not apologizing for your wins around here. Guys, how's that feel?
Yeah, I want tough-ass guys, honestly, that love playing football.
He said he was going to kill me.
Biggest game in the history of the franchise coming up?
Yeah. It's GTFO. You want to go to Arby's?
Got the meats. We got the drafts as well. I have thoughts with this one. Definitely some thoughts. But we'll get to that later. Let's start off with John Krasinski. I get that right, Hamby?
Yeah.
John Krasinski. Let's go to, because we had to kind of wrap this up a little bit here. Pick number 50. So there's some trades, Hamby. Can you break them down real quick?
Nope.
All right, got to wrap it up. Let's go. 6'2", linebacker out of Texas, which is kind of weird to see, like, any pick in the 50th, like top two rounds isn't from a guy from Texas Tech. This is a Texas Longhorn. Anthony Hill Jr., 6'2", 238, 32 3/8-inch arms, 9 5/8-inch hands, 6 in production, 2nd in athleticism. Not sure how he was 2nd as a linebacker, because I can feel like there's 2 Ohio State guys that probably got that mantle. But hey, whatever the case may be, 2nd in athleticism. We crunched the numbers in our handy-dandy calculator, and we got 3rd overall in terms of linebacker. I feel like there's been like 5 third overalls in terms of metrics, but whatever. This guy's been good. 4.51 in the 40-yard dash, 37 in the vertical jump, 10.5 in the broad jump. 3 cone Joe said, I'm all good. 20-yard shuttle said, nah, we're all good. And 21 reps on the bench press. NFL comparison. Bobby Wagner.
There we go.
Now you have my attention. Now you had my interest, and to quote Leonardo DiCaprio and Django, now you have my attention. 3-down linebacker with a playing demeanor and production of a future Pro Bowler. Hill has plus cover talent in man or zone, proven credentials as a blitzer or edge rusher, and finishes plays as strong as a reliable tackle. His size, speed, versatility allow him to profile as an instant impact rookie at either Mike or Will linebacker. Able to pressure the pocket and get home for sacks off the edge. He's got slippery hips to bypass blitz pickups and attack the pocket. So there could be a possibility for a Vaseline endorsement there with some slippery hips. Can carry routes as a step longer. Okay, here's the bad things, which I don't feel like are bad things. Can carry routes a step longer in zone coverage. That's the bad about this guy. Yeah. And missed tackles spiked in 2024 when he came in too high. That was the exact write-up. Missed tackles spiked in 2024 when he came in too high. NFL doesn't test for weed, so I think you're good, unless he came in high with other stuff, in which case small market cities got small market drugs. Not worried about it. This guy seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, this dude's a freaking stud.
What a write-up.
He was, Texas had 2 unbelievable players on defense, and he was one of them. So to me, it's no surprise that he's 2nd in athleticism. Like you said, Austin, with those other 2 guys from Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, they're freaks too. Yeah. This dude's a freak. I mean, he ran 4.53, and I feel like when it said 3-down linebacker, like he could excel at any one thing. He could eventually put on a couple pounds and be your Mike. He could be, your 5th rusher off the edge if you wanted to throw him in there. Like, I think this is a steal at 50.
Yeah, and real quick, and then we'll get to
Devin Lloyd right here.
Well, real quick, because we got to keep moving. Is it not feasible though? He's going 50. Hamby, do you think?
I think that. See, this is the tough one when rating these mocks. It's like the odds that in this particular situation that the Jags would get Hill and Banks is just
sure.
is not happening. It's
Okay,
just
well,
not.
I'll tell you what, Stunner Glockton's mock draft isn't happening either, so it's going to be a hard decision today. All right, we're on the next one. It's a little spoiler alert for things to come. Caleb Banks, 6'6", 327, 35-inch arms, 10 and 7/8" hands. He crosses that barrier. Oh wait, did I say did that linebacker cross? Nope, sorry, he had 9 and 5/8" hands. Didn't cross the barrier. You hate to see it. 5'04" in the 40, 32-inch vertical, 9'6" in the broad. NFL comparison is Gervin Dexter Sr., not to be confused with Junior or just, the original one, the OG. Banks has a quick first step, can stun control single blocks with his hand strikes, and timely and accurate, but he needs faster disengagement to increase his tackle count. He's got a high center of gravity, allows double teams to generate displacement, so a move to the odd front end could be in his best interest as a run defender. So we know who this guy is. We talked about him a lot. Russ traits waiting to be unlocked as a pro. And Coach Campanelli, when you talk about the janitor as he's going by this year, I heard he might have the keys to do it. So you're getting a pretty good value here at pick 66 if he does fall. But you might need some reports to come out where some off the field stuff. I feel like to get Caleb Banks to 66, but.
Yeah, very unlikely, as you guys have said, to get both of these guys. Could you trade up and be involved in one of them? Probably. You've got the ammunition to do that, but to get both of these guys would seem very unlikely, although we can all dream big, can't we?
Can all dream big. Next pick, speaking of dreaming, I'm really going to pronounce this guy's name. Danny David Dutton Sutton, 6'6", 256, 33.5-inch arms. 4.63 in the 40-yard dash, 39.5 vertical, 10.11 on the broad, 6'9 in the 3-cone. Almost ran the gambit, but didn't want to bench press. Maybe he had a shoulder injury, maybe saving it for a pro day. I feel like if you're gonna, I understand not doing the 40, not doing the shuttle. Are the benches that much better at the pro day? Does the bar weigh 35 pounds and then you put the weight on instead of 45 pounds? Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? NFL comparison is Kingsley Enagbare. My bad. He's effective against the run, but he's limited in pass rushing. Dennis Sutton is equipped to muddy running lanes, but might not make impact plays. AKA just the guy they make it sound like.
He's a Jag.
He's a Jag. Pick 119, Dallin Bentley, not to be confused with Mercedes. We're going a little more luxury here. Dallin Bentley out of Utah, tight end, 6'4", 253, 33 1/8" arms, 9 1/4" hands. Third ranked tight end in advanced metrics, but once again, I feel like there's been 5 tight ends that were the third ranked, so I'm not sure. And also doesn't have an NFL comparison, so take that for how you want, because every other tight end we've broken down has the NFL comparison. This guy doesn't. 4.62 in the 40, 35-inch vertical jump, 9.10 in the broad jump, 4.42 in the 20-yard shuttle. Didn't do a 3-cone drill. Did a bench press with 24 reps, which is actually pretty impressive. Went to Snow College. We've had this guy before. I'm not sure if you guys listened to the show with me and Kim when we broke this down. Do you guys know where Snow College is? If you listen to the show, you don't cheat.
No, I don't know where it is.
All right, well, this is the game today on the show. Hey, Hamby, where do you think Snow College is? Guys, let's have a guess.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's in Montana.
Closer, Utah. What is Snow College's mascot? Now, I will give you guys a hint. As far as I know, there's only one other school that has this mascot until I found Snow College. And it has something to do with the wilderness. And not really seeing them a lot.
Oh, what are they? I mean, holy cow.
Not the Grizzlies.
No, the Sasquatch.
No, is there another school called the Sasquatches?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
But
no.
It's in the wilderness. You can really see it.
There's a very popular D1 university that has this name as well. But I didn't know there was another school that had this mascot. And for the sake of time, I'm going to need you guys to guess one more time in 5 seconds.
Bald Eagles.
There's a university D1 program named the Bald Eagles?
No idea.
Badgers. Okay, got it. And we move. It's the Badgers. With just 3 career catches over the first 2 seasons to Utah, Bentley's 48 grabs.
Badgers in the wilderness?
Badgers live in the woods. And you don't see them.
Snow Badgers. I like that. That's kind of good. Snow College Badgers.
Hamby, are you discrediting my Badger knowledge? Are they not in the wilderness?
No,
Have you ever seen one?
No.
Well, then what more do you want? All right. Don't be mad because you didn't get the answer right. I gave you guys clues. All right. With just 3 catches over the first 2 seasons at Utah, Bentley's 48 grabs in 2025 came as a surprise. I would say it came as a surprise to everybody. Above average focus to bring passes in, allows closing defenders to eat off his plate when contested, get him a bib, and call him Paul Bunyan because he can be a lumbering route runner in space. I mean, I would draft him to see what a lumbering route runner looks like.
Or you could put on the tape.
Yep. All right, next one. This sounds like a candle. We've had him before. Malachi Fields.
Oh, my God.
Let's go ahead and light up that Malachi Fields candle. Something funny, Happy?
Nope.
Any complaints? You good?
Nope. Continue.
Okay. Yeah, it's Badgers. They live in the woods. I don't know what you want from me.
Malachi.
Malachi, 6'4.5", 218, 32 and 1/8 inch arms, 9-inch hands, 4'6" in the 40. 38-inch vertical, 10 the broad jump, 6.98 in the 3-cone, 4.35 in the 20. Said he wanted to do everything except the bench press. This guy is a wide receiver out of Notre Dame. NFL comparison, we've had him before. Hamby, remember who the NFL comparison is?
Michael Pittman.
Nailed it.
Oh,
Michael
yes.
Pittman. Yep. Scouts say he's best suited for an offense that allows him to get from point A to point B while using his frame and ball skills to dominate the workspace and win in the air. Okay, and I feel like every offense is geared towards that. Has the ability to connect and dominate as a run blocker, dominate win rate as a contested catcher. Route tree will need a few more branches. So this is more of like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree that you're getting as opposed to like that sturdy pine. But if you get a Michael Pittman later in the rounds,
not bad.
Why not? All right, next pick. What is it, Hamby?
Max
Line?
Llewellyn.
Max Llewellyn. Now, I did my research. There is also a Max Llewellyn that either plays Aussie rules football or rugby. I'm not sure which one it is because I'm going to be honest, they look exactly the same. But there's also a Max Llewellyn that I believe is in Australia. So got a little confused trying to do some research on this guy, but he's from Iowa, 6'6", defensive end, 258 in terms of weight, 32 and 1/4 inch arms, 9-inch hands, 4.81 in the 40, 32.5-inch vertical, 9.7 in the broad jump. He went to Iowa. He's from Iowa. I did the research. He's not a wrestler, so doesn't cross every single Iowa threshold that you want to see. Doesn't check all the boxes, but is still Iowa through and through. Scout said that he lacks explosiveness as a pass rusher, but has access to a variety of pass rush plans and moves that can create opportunities inside the pocket. So doesn't necessarily have the action, but he's got some blueprints at his disposal. A regular in the backfield with 32% of his career tackles resulting in a tackle for loss, which is pretty crazy. Below average ground gain in his first 3 steps. Speed to power conversion is underwhelming. So yeah, take a
He has access, and Campanile has the key, so it could be a good fit together.
And also maybe it could be like an Aaron Campman reincarnated, right? Former Jacksonville Jaguar Aaron Campman.
Yes, we should do a checklist, by the way, for like Iowa player. It has to check however many boxes, including making free throws.
I mean, yeah, that, but I feel like he's got to be a wrestler. You know, like if you're from Iowa and you go to Iowa and you're not wrestling, what were you doing then?
Flag.
What were you doing? I mean, maybe he played basketball. He's a tall dude. I don't know. All right. Speaking of tall dudes, Markel Bell out of Miami. Offensive tackle, 6'9", 346, 36 and 3/8 inch arms. I'll say that one more time in case you missed it. 36 and 3/8 inch arms. I can't even comprehend that. Freak, but then 9-inch hands. 9-inch hands with 36 and 3/8 inch arms. Like, I don't even know if that's possible. Ran a 5.36. Who really cares, right? That's all he did. mountainous tackle with rare physical attributes. Sometimes you got to work through it live. Physical attributes that work both in his favor and against him depending on the situation. Uses mass to cover and obstruct on base blocks. He's a lurcher. Lurches past his base, creating imbalance as a run blocker. Somebody called the Addams family.
Lurch, better than being a leecher, but he's a lurcher.
Yep, better than being a lingerer, better than being a leecher, but he is a lurcher. Yes, and then last but not least, we got Trey Zune, the third offensive coordinator out of Texas A&M, and I'm kidding, center. And then you got Jeff Caldwell, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. I figured we'd go to break here since we're a little behind.
It is funny why they put OC.
Yeah, just put C.
Listed as center, but the draft. Hey, by the way, Hamby, tease this for Thursday. This is a question we can ask on Thursday, maybe.
I think that's a good idea.
What's the question? My bad.
Hamby's supposed to tease on Thursday.
We're
coming up.
We're gonna have Lance Zerline join the show on Thursday.
Nice.
The author of all these write-ups.
Nice.
So
let's get some sand in our pants.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back and find some of the most insane write-ups and ask him about the inspiration of all these and if he was trying to hit a word count or not.
Nice. And then I can't wait to ask him about the updated 4.9 that's in my draft profile now and how that went from a 4.9 to a 4.84 a couple years ago. Can't wait to ask him about that. You think maybe he listens to the show and I was growing him so hard that he just kind of changed my whole profile around?
You can ask him.
Can't wait.
Could ask him.
Can't
we
wait,
can also
man.
show him my 7'8" broad jump and how he would define that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the one last year? Was the thick hips with the golly?
Oh, the dance thing we did. He's a thick hips with something. Yeah, because it was like a little jig that we did with it.
Yeah, it was.
I'll have to go
We'll
back.
have to go back and check
find
it out.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to find it. We got
was
to
that
get
and
to
the anchor. Anchor
tons
was a
of
big
pauses.
one last night.
So many pauses. Yeah. Lance Pause Zerline coming on the show Thursday. Can't wait, man.
11:15 Thursday.
And I wonder if he writes them all himself or does he have help with that?
Or AI,
We'll get to the bottom of it. He's been doing it before AI, to his credit, but maybe now he's got some assistance with that. Shock Your Mock number 2 is coming around in just a moment. I do want to tell you about Emily's Promise. EmilyPromises.com is the website, and this is a not-for-profit private foundation dedicated to the memory of Emily Elizabeth Atkins. And they raise awareness of blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, ankle fractures, along with promoting kindness as a community value. Emily was just 23 years old. She lost her life when an ankle fracture that she suffered turned into a blood clot. And there's so much more awareness now because of her legacy and memory, and it's prompted legislation in the state of Florida and so much more awareness. But you can check it out at emilypromises.com, where we talk sports all the time. This is a big thing in athletics, so make sure you're aware of it. It's not just, but it also hits normal folks as well of all ages. So check out emilypromises.com, how you can spread awareness, be aware for yourself and for loved ones as well. Taking a live look at the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. They're playing a morning game out there at VyStar Ballpark, and starts a homestand for the Shrimp, who have been playing some good baseball. They got the shift going on right there as the Shrimp are in the field, got the lefty going. I think that might be, if he's on schedule, might be one of their top prospects in the Marlins organization, taking the bump today. More from that later today on CBS 47 and Fox 30. More of the Brent Austin Show right after this.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Colt Tilly, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports.
custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
I'm Action Sports Jack's Stuart Weber. Join me and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for Jacksonville Take Steps at Memorial Park April 18th. This event is dedicated to finding cures and raising awareness for digestive diseases. Register now at actionnewsjax.com.
Weather, traffic, and important local news in the morning. Get it here.
Here or here.
We're available wherever you are, so you're prepared for the day ahead.
Action News Jax this morning, streaming on Action News Jax now.
No. I'm in my own head.
What the heck are you talking about?
I think I got away with something that I shouldn't have. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid...
Finish that bucket on your own. Practice makes perfect.
Enjoy your new car.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Elantra or Sonata with 0.99% APR or up to $2,500 bonus cash. Or lease an Elantra for $159 a month. Hurry in.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jax 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
All right, so the social media showdown. Did you see this, Austen Lane? As Travis Hunter, of course, took to social media yesterday, we had a conversation about that. And that it seemed like representation of either the Jags or the Travis Hunter folks might have got to some of the big guys like Schefter and Rapoport, because Schefter then came out and said something to the effect of he's going to play the load of cornerback snaps are going to go up, and certainly will be involved in offense as well, kind of like to calm the waters is the way I interpreted it. But Ian Rapoport kind of doubled down and said, I don't know what Travis Hunter had a problem with what I said. So, like, which part did he have a problem with? So, a little back and forth between Rapp and Travis Hunter.
Yeah. What do you think? Can't be panic button?
No, I don't think panic button.
No?
No.
Are we flirting with it or not?
I think it's probably time for me to re-download the image.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we're definitely like we're taking the proper precautions here to maybe get it back on the show. Like, didn't think we're going to need it, a couple weeks before the draft, if you will. But I feel like we might be getting to that point. And here's why I say that. And listen, I don't know all the finite details of a CBA or anything. Do we know, is Liam Cohen and company allowed to talk to Travis Hunter and other players alike about football right now?
No, not. That's a good question. I don't think. Let's see, how does this go? I think they can talk like a conversation if they're in a same place about football. I think. But I don't think they can like have actual meetings and like, hey, come down today to the building at 3:00 and we're going to talk about the plan for how we're going to use you. So that's a good point, Austin. All this is actually they're probably not allowed to do that until next week when they get in the building in terms of actually having those deeper discussions. But it doesn't mean like they can't like run into each other at an event and talk a little ball like that. I think that can happen, but not like a planned anything.
Well, okay, because here's where I'm going with it. I'm not sure. Do we know is Travis Hunter doing his rehab in the Jacksonville Jaguars facilities, or is he doing it on his own? Because I think he's doing it on his own, is he not? Because
I feel like he is.
Here's where I'm going with this. If the CBA states that NFL coaches can't talk to their players after the season's over about, whether it be plays, scheme, things like that, well, then did Travis Hunter really know what the plan was going to be and how to use them until he found out with Ian Rapoport? Because once again, and we can sit here and say, well, it's been reported a lot before, Cameron Wolf and everything. I don't know how much Travis Hunter's on the internet. I don't know how much Travis Hunter's on Twitter. He doesn't post a lot unless he's, probably getting paid for it. So the reason why once again, we're not going to bring it out, but we might be constructing one again. The reason why I hit the panic button a little bit is because is this literally the first time of Travis Hunter hearing that he's playing primarily defense, and that was his direct reaction when Ian Rapoport reported that?
Okay, I'm going to say no, and this is why, but this is a little bit of an assumption here. This, again, I think we know this. This goes back to like the middle of January when Liam Cohen and James Gladstone had their end of the year like press conference. This came out then. That, Gladstone especially was pretty clear that, okay, there's going to be a lot more on the defensive side of things because that's where we need them and blah, 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 blah. Now, at that point, I would think in exit meetings and everything else, those conversations had taken place to some level. Now, how detailed, I don't know, but to some level, the idea had been thrown out there with Travis Hunter in mind. So, yeah, I do think there's some level of communication even inside the rules of the NFL. Now, where that's taken place since, to your point, no, since probably the end of the Super Bowl or wherever else, you haven't had a lot of that more detailed, and so be it. But again, I don't believe there has been zero conversation about this with Travis Hunter, Austin.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing it as well. The other concern for me is like this is what Ian Rapoport wants, and this is what any NFL bigwig in terms of covering the sport wants. He wants the direct interaction. He wants to drop some of the controversy and the clicks and everything. So I feel like Travis Hunter's kind of playing into his hand right now because obviously what happens, then Ian Rapoport goes on whatever NFL Live, whatever the show was, and then, oh, look at what Travis Hunter said. Like, I don't want this to be a thing. And I don't want, because once again, like this can be essentially painted in a bad light if this keeps going back and forth, right? So I don't know if I'm Travis Hunter's team if I tell him like, hey man, don't interact with this dude, right? Like this is what he wants. I don't know if I'm Liam Cohen if I say something to Travis Hunter, but like my biggest fear now, like this could go back and forth, and like no one's going to come out of it looking good. Well, no player will come out of it looking good. Ian Rapoport will come out of it looking good because it's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, I would say this. I agree with that too. By the way, I feel like this is a little bit of Ian leaning into it and playing the, kind of what he is.
Oh,
he's
trying to bait Travis Hunter, man.
Yeah, and what's interesting on that level, and I thought of this immediately when I saw this, is okay. Well, he must not have a great relationship with the agent for Travis then, because he like these guys live, and breathe by the agents. And so it's all based on relationships with the agents and obviously the front office people too. But the agents play such a role for Schefter and Rapoport that he's not going to burn that relationship by stoking the fire, So maybe he just doesn't have a deep one. Maybe I guess I got to look up with Travis Hunter, who actually is his agent. Just haven't done that. But that's what I was thinking about. Like maybe he doesn't have this huge portfolio of players. But yeah, I don't think you normally see these guys do it that way for clickbait because they're trying to protect their relationships as well. And so they're not going to stoke the fire. But this one he kind of did, which I think is a little bit outside the norm for Rapoport to do. So, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, it's I think here's the deal. We're going to get a little bit more light on it by next week. I would, at least some of the things you're asking, I would think, because the Jags are back in the building. There'll be some availability, obviously, with the draft coming up, and this is going to be a continued topic because it got brought back up to the forefront. All right, let's get back to Shock Your Mock. We got another Stunner Glockton. Sounds like a Georgia Bulldog fan, and Austin's got issues with this one, it sounds like.
I mean, I think the majority of the people that are going to see this are going to have issues. Hamby, real quick, do you know this person? Is this a burner or is this some kind of joke?
I didn't know who this was when it was submitted, but I have since found out who it is. And yeah, it's a Georgia fan that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this your burner?
No, it is not. I had no. Like I said, this was sent to me before I knew who the account belonged to.
Okay. I mean, Brent, you heard it here, right? Like he's admitted to it. This is not Hamby's burner. Okay. Hamby, this isn't a cousin, relative. Like this is generally a person that maybe you follow or something, but you don't know who this person really is.
Now I do.
Because I mean, I'm gonna grill this person really bad, so I'm just making sure I'm not gonna offend anybody too bad.
No, you can do that. You
okay.
can do that.
But I mean, do you see this person at family reunion?
No.
Was he at your wedding?
No.
Okay, then we're all set. Okay, cool. All right, let's go. Little blurry, but I think pick 56, Oscar Delp.
Yes.
And I know people, your eyes aren't deceiving you. That's a tight end out of Georgia. 6'5", 245, 31 and 5/8 inch arms, 9.5 inch hands. Out of Cumming, Georgia. Pause. Second in athleticism. Why do I feel like, once again, second athleticism. Tell me why in the charts, I've broken down 3 other tight ends, and we'll maybe ask Lance this. I feel like there's been 3 other tight ends who have been second in athleticism. So, like, is there not actually like a ranking? Is it just basically like if you cross a threshold, then you're in second or you're in first or you're in third? Because there's been a lot of guys who have been second in athleticism. 14th in production. When we put it in our calculators, guys, what do we get?
6th.
Hamby.
5th.
4th. Close enough.
Hey.
No NFL comparison, even though he's the second most athletic tight end apparently in this draft. And his projection is 3rd or 4th round. Okay, go ahead and marinate that a little bit. Okay, this guy's got good.
Oscar Delp, Hamby, you're supposed to be a stud.
This
he is a stud,
this
but
is
he's
the
not
Delp of all Delp picks.
He's like gonna go. He's gonna go 90th overall, the very beginning of the 3rd.
Take the L, put an R, and it is one of the derpest picks I've ever seen. Good forward lean and acceleration into the routes. Okay. Uses choppy, subtle steps and good hand strikes into base blocks. Needs to get stronger in his upper body for blocking duties. Okay, so he's not a great blocker. Liam Cohen's going to love that.
I don't understand where they get that.
Dwami Brown legacy pick coming up. To do what, Hamby?
He's a good blocker.
Well, you can ask Lance about it then on Thursday.
I will.
Dwami Brown legacy pick incoming. Caught leaning too far forward when getting into blocks. And that's going to be that's all I got with him. Let's just call it a spade a spade. This guy already lost, right? You pick a tight end who's not even like the best tight end in the draft. Stunner Glockton's already lost. But hey, let's keep making fun of it. I guess Georgia wasn't good enough already because let's go back to the well one more time. And let's go back to the well wide receiver because why not? Zachariah Branch. Zachariah is a biblical name. Hamby, you sure you're not related to this dude?
Nope.
Okay.
Not related.
All right.
New buddy of mine.
And Jordan...
I love how Hamby's related to every biblical name.
Well, just saying, man.
Or Georgia fan.
Yeah.
As if there's no Georgia fans that follow me that I don't have a great relationship
Just saying, man. I guess Georgia doesn't have any guys on defense at linebacker, defensive line, but let's go ahead and take a wide receiver here. So you take a pick at 81 here. He's a slot guy. If you want to hit the panic button now, hit the panic button now because Travis Hunter's going to be a little pissed off at pick number 81. You just got a guy to take his spot, apparently. So I guess congratulations, Travis Hunter. You're playing full-time defense and not going to sniff a rep on offense with this guy coming in. 5'9", 177, 29 3/8-inch arms, 9-inch hands. Hey, James Gladstone, save yourself a little money. Save yourself on the plane ticket. Save yourself and put him in the extended stay and just draft my son. Exact same size right now.
16th bigger than him.
There you go.
We can't draft anyone that ties bigger.
Exactly. 16th in production, 8th in athleticism. So naturally, he's 6th overall as a wide receiver. Makes a lot of sense, but so does this mock draft now, doesn't it? 4.35 in the 40, 38-inch vertical, 10.5 in the broad jump, 20 reps in the bench press, which I'm not going to lie, my son can't do that yet. So that's a little impressive. He's the nephew of former Pro Football Hall of Famer Cliff Branch, who won 3 Super Bowls with the Oakland and Los Angeles Raiders. NFL comparison is Curtis Samuel. Remember the guy on our old show? I forgot his name, but he was a fan of our show, and he said, like, hey, we got to get Curtis Samuel. We got to get Curtis Samuel. And he literally, like, typed it in the chat every single day, and then they didn't get him, and he kind of freaked out. But then, like, Curtis Samuel just, like, went off the grid, and no one's heard of him since. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with here a little bit. I don't like the Curtis Samuel comparison. And I guess Parker Washington, something happened to him because we forgot about him in the slot. So I'm not sure.
Zach Branch is way shiftier than Parker Washington, but you're not going to get that catch radius. This is like a 4th-round pick. He'll probably make one team pretty happy, but there's zero fit for the Jags.
Well, Hamby, he is praised for his work ethic and passion for the game at Georgia. So maybe James Gladstone's interested in that, but I feel like you need a lot more things to address set aside from a slot wide receiver at pick number 81.
No doubt.
All right. Renee Congo. Defensive tackle out of Louisville, 6'4", 298. By the way, type in this guy. You want to talk about conspiracies today? This guy is, and ask Lance Zierlein, this guy is nowhere to be found in the NFL draft websites at all.
Nowhere.
I had to take this from just some like rinky-dink mom-and-pop draft website, so take it for what you want. 4.78 or 4.79, that's what it said. Vertical jump was 37 inches, 10.2 on the broad jump, 4.56 to 4.59 on the short shuttle. So I don't know if they're just eye testing him and they're just trying to guess it, and there was no stopwatch. And then the three-cone drill, the three-cone drill was a 7.03 to a 7.26. Whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote. Bench press is 20 reps. Renee Congo is a sleeper defensive tackle prospect with hyper-elite tools to mold around his 6'4", 298 frame. Over 33-inch arms, Congo has an impressive built frame with good natural leverage, lean mass, and proportional length, and he also boasts rare athleticism. As a 6-year senior, he'll be an older rookie, but he has an instant floor as a rotational lineman with versatility to play from the 1 technique to the 7 technique.
Wow.
And also qualifies for AARP, I guess.
Yeah, what is the 7 technique? Isn't it wild to you that this guy and Branch are separated by about 130 pounds and lifted the same amount in the bench press?
Goes to show you there's weight room strength and there's football strength.
Wow.
Yep. All right, next pick. LT Overton, edge out of Alabama, pick 100. LT is 6'3", 274, 33 and 1/4 inch arms, 10 and 5/8 inch hands, crosses the plateau, 4.87 in the 40-yard dash, and that's all he did at the combine. Missed the SEC championship game and college football playoff win over Oklahoma with an undisclosed health issue.
Is he okay?
I don't know. NFL comparison. I'm going to... Hammy, you got a pen and paper?
Yes, I do.
Brent, you got a pen and paper?
Yeah, I can.
Or just use your cell phone. All right. We got a couple minutes. I'm going to spell this guy's name out, and you guys give me what it is, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Adetomiwa, and then Adebawore.
Are you going to do that again? You got to do that again.
We ready?
Adatomia Adebawore.
We ready? Adetomiwa. Adebawore.
Yeah, Adatomia Adebawore.
And the Powerball is 25. What? my bad, Hamby.
I think Hamby's pretty good at this pronunciation stuff. Adebawore.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Well, that's the NFL comparison. Ever heard of this guy?
Nope.
Ever heard Tony Romo say that? Ever heard Tom Brady say that?
No.
Okay. All right.
He is a defensive tackle apparently for the Indianapolis Colts.
All right. Right on.
He was he's 6'2", 282, drafted in the 4th round of the 2023 draft out of Northwestern.
All right. So he's probably got some brains on him too.
He's got 6.5 sacks in the NFL.
Sounds like okay.
2 years.
Not bad, not bad. Overton is a slow twitch end with impressive power and a consistently rugged demeanor. So he's a Jeep Wrangler with a V4 engine. Overton's play strength and leverage create power on the edge, but the power won't trump the production. Dude has a green thumb, tremendous hip power to uproot blockers, slow twitch with below average get off, tight-hipped rush lack stride and burst to win at the turn, below average counter quickness to find inside pathways.
I like the green thumb reference. Very
There
good.
you go, man. Pick number 124, Roman Hemby, running back out of Indiana, 207, 6 feet tall, 31 inch arms, 9.5 inch hands. Keeps runs on schedule and headed downhill. Shows ability to get skinny and sneak through tight crevices. Just say that he can hit the hole, Lance, if this is you writing this. Tucks it tight and rarely puts the ball on the ground. Pause. Below average burst through his hole. Pause. And that's about it. A lot of pauses.
That's a tough read right there.
Well, what do you want me to tell you, man? Devin Boykin.
What you should tell me.
Yeah, Devin Boykin, pick, I think, 164, safety out of... we're going back-to-back Indiana. 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. Oh, by the way.
Out of Indiana.
Couldn't find him on the NFL website either. So once again, I used ChatGPT for this one. So take this for how you want. This goes to show you where ChatGPT's at, everybody. He's a defensive back, safety nickel, height 6 feet, 200 pounds, school, mid-major, smaller program background, class, senior, style comp, versatile hybrid defensive back, box safety nickel type. He went to Indiana, right?
Yes.
Hey, ChatGPT, set this one out then. Strengths, versatility, physicality, instincts. Cons, downside level of competition. He played at Indiana, ChatGPT.
He won the national title.
And he won a national championship. So I think we
didn't play at IUP.
Yep.
Indiana
So
Pennsylvania?
that's what I'm saying, man.
Or
So
Indiana University of Purdue, University of Indianapolis.
there we go. So huh?
Ooey pooey.
Ooey pooey. So yep, we're learning a lot from this mock draft that Hamby does indeed have a burner and ChatGPT can't be trusted.
Oh, gosh.
Next pick. 166, Thaddeus Dixon. Cornerback out of North Carolina, 31
corners. Or
I know, right?
Devon is a safety. I
mean, Hamby, this is an absolute diabolical massacre that we're dealing with here. This mock draft, 31 and 1/8 inch arms, 10-inch hands. This guy, hey, for a cornerback though, and we're back on 10-inch hands, 39.5-inch vertical, 10.5 in the broad jump. Didn't do anything else. Said you're gonna see my jump, you're gonna see my hands, and you're gonna like me. Smooth pedal mirroring release from press man, runs through pass catches with a jarring force. Listen to that contradiction real quick, though. Smooth pedal, he runs through pass catch with jarring force, anticipates and shadow breaks the points, has trouble staying tight to the route from the trail positioning, but the first write-up said smooth pedal mirroring release from the press man. So, a little contradiction there.
Maybe
I get
once
it.
he gets out of his pedal?
I guess once he gets out of the pedal, it's a little better. And once we get out of this mock draft, I'll feel a little better as well.
He faces up and finds the ball.
Yeah, last one, then we're out of here. Haynes King, quarterback out of Georgia. Wait, no, I'm sorry, Georgia Tech, right?
Yeah.
6'2", 212, 31 and 7/8 inch arms, 9-inch hands. Maybe could have went to Georgia. Probably could have used them, right?
Nope. We need him.
14th in production, second in athleticism. Simply because he was the only quarterback I feel like to actually do all the drills at the combine. Ran a 4.46, 35.5-inch vertical, 9.8 in the broad jump, 6.89 in the three-cone drill, 4.17 in the 20-yard shuttle. Didn't do the bench press, though. Spent 3 years at Texas A&M and 3 years at Georgia Tech. He's a long-legged dual-threat quarterback who displayed admirable resilience and becoming a productive winning player after suffering through unmet expectations at Texas A&M. Either his agent or his uncle wrote this and works with Lance Zierlein, because what 7th-round pick is getting this type of write-up about him? I'll say it one more time. Admirable resilience and becoming a productive player, a productive winning player after suffering through some unmet expectations at Texas A&M.
One of the best, by the way, one of the best college game day live on-field interviews. Haynes King does a very good job with that. Saw him a couple of times. In fact, they had him twice, I think, because he was so good at it.
Don't forget 240 Brett Thorson, kicker from Georgia.
Punter, by the way.
Yeah. From Aussie.
One thought that, we need a punter.
We do. And an offensive coordinator.
King, I wonder if he's a candidate to move to like tight end or something. Runs a 4.46, 6'2" guy. He's a big guy. So,
I mean, I don't know. The last thing we need here is a Taysom Hill, don't we? We have Trevor Lawrence. We're all set. I'm not trying to get any Drew Brees treatment here when his later years in New Orleans. Do we need to vote on it, or are we good?
I think John Kabrinsky's got it.
Yeah, we're all set, aren't we? Yeah. Sorry, Stunner.
I think Kabrinsky, I hope he's right, too, by the way. That'd be unbelievable. And now you've got everybody falling in love with Anthony Hill Jr. That hasn't been a name we've seen. So go up and get a guy like Banks or Anthony Hill Jr. I think that'd be pretty satisfying if the Jags could find a way to do that. All right, Shock Your Mock continues tomorrow. 2 more to go. We'll get down to the Elite Eight. And then, of course, the Final Four. There are the picks for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just keep saying this. I hope they don't use them all. Hopefully they will move up and down the board. I don't need to see 11 draft picks coming out of next weekend for the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, guys, have a good Tuesday. Check us out, CBS 47, Fox 30 tonight. We'll have more from that Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp game. And we've got some UNF baseball this afternoon, among other things. Club 904 with me, O'Brien, at 2 o'clock. We're back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. as well. Have a good Tuesday.